Yo, what is up, guys? It's Pedro here. So the Washington Commanders are signing three-time Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz, reuniting him with Cliff Kingsbury. We'll talk about it in today's video, including the contract details. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and the notification bell as well so you never miss a video. All right, and sorry for the late video, but the Washington Commanders have signed Zach Ertz to a one-year deal worth up to $5 million. And it was reported earlier today by Peter Schrager, I don't know, right around lunch, a little bit before lunchtime, saying, okay, they're having talks, Zach Ertz and, the Washington Commanders, maybe around 11, 12. And then a couple hours later, it's reported by Tom Pelissero and a couple other guys or a couple other reporters that Zach Ertz is signing with the Washington Commanders on a one-year deal worth up to $5 million. We don't know the specifics yet of the deal, and I always like to wait a little bit to see what the deal is officially because, again, these agents right here, are giving them the details. They're giving the reporters the scoop. So whoever this, Steve Sark guy is and Wasserman NFL, they literally basically told him to call him tight end guru here in this little tweet that Tom Pelissero said. They're going to make it look as good as possible. When you say up to $5 million, usually means incentives. Maybe there's some other things in there as well to make the cap hit a little bit lower. So my guess is it would be something around $4 million as a cap hit, and then incentives, probably if he plays a certain amount of games is one of the incentives. Yards or touchdowns might be another one. That's probably what I would say is my guess on the contract. So it's not going to be fully $5 million unless he really balls out, which, I hope he does, and we have to pay him because we have a lot of money. But I do like this signing because we do need a tight end. We did move on from Logan Thomas, and we save around like 6.8, something like that, $1 million with that move. And we bring in a guy that I think right now is probably better than Logan Thomas, and he knows the offense. So you're getting him for cheaper. So all that combined, it's if you just one for one swap, I think Zach Ertz is better. He's maybe a little bit younger. I think he's 33 years old. I saw Ed post a video. He talked about it. Rio, a bunch of other guys as well. But I think he's better than Logan Thomas. And then you combine that with he knows the offense because he did work with Cliff Kingsbury there for a little bit. And it's cheaper. I think it's a good move. Is he a stud at tight end? No, he is not the stud he once was, that dominant player he was with the Eagles, drafted in 2013 and had a really good stretch there from 2014 to 2019 where he was a top 5, top 10 tight end depending on the year, especially these years right here, 2017 to 2019, he was probably a top 3 tight end in the league. And 916 yards a few years ago in 2019. In 2020, only played in 11 games and had, 335 yards. So it was definitely a down year that year. But then 2021 bounced back, played 17 games, had 763 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns. That's not insane, but that's pretty good. Those are good numbers for a tight end. And then the next year he gets, or I guess that's the year he gets traded. I believe he got traded. It might have been released, but I think he got traded to the Arizona Cardinals, and he got 574 yards there, and that was with Cliff Kingsbury in 11 games. That is good. 11 games, basically 600 yards. I don't know exactly what the math is on that, but that's, a decent amount of yards per game. And with the Eagles, it was, much less. It was, in 6 games, he had 180 yards. So about 30 yards a game. And with the Cardinals, it was more like 45. So he was playing better with the Cardinals. And he has been dealing with injuries. You see it. 2022 only played 10 games. And in those 10 games, he had 400 yards. So that's solid numbers. It's not amazing, but on pace for, I can't do the quick math there, but probably, let's just think about it. 40 times 10 is 400, and let's say 670-ish, on pace for around 670-ish. So that is a solid, season for a tight end. Is he a stud? No. And then this year with the Cardinals, played in 7 games, 187 yards and a touchdown. I think he was coming off a torn ACL in 2022, and I think that's why he missed some of the 2023 season. But the pluses with him, knows the offense, is a very good veteran presence. Like, there's not a lot of guys in the league right now that you rather have as a mentor for your tight ends than Zach Ertz. Like, you would say maybe Travis Kelce, but honestly, like, Kelce is still doing his thing, and he might not be focused on helping these younger guys out. I think he would do okay at it, but I don't know if Kelce would be the best guy for that. But I think Ertz would be. I mean, he helped with Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert's been, is one of the better tight ends. I really think Ertz and maybe like Kittle would be a good mentor. Like, I think he's at the top of the list, and like who you want in your tight end room. We've never heard any bad things about him off the field or even, in the locker room. He's been, good guy as well. And I think it's a solid signing. Does this make our tight end room so much better? No. But you add someone that can be a 500, we can't say, oh, I want 800, 900 yards from him. That was 2018, 2019, Zach Ertz. But can we say 500? 500 would be solid. And then maybe you have another tight end, maybe Armani Rogers, if he sticks around, but it's a new regime, so you don't know. John Bates, I think I'm done with him as a pass catcher. He's, had a lot of drops and really just doesn't do much. So I would think that, you draft a guy. I don't think you need to sign another veteran unless you like a guy that's like maybe a boomer bust type of player that you think has a lot of potential that maybe behind someone like Zach Ertz can work out. I'm fine with that. If not, I'll just draft a guy in the late third round with that Chase Young comp pick, or fourth or fifth round. These mid to late round tight ends usually, or some of them, end up being good. So I wouldn't mind the Washington Commanders and Adam Peters doing that. And in terms of the type of player Zach Ertz is, he's tough. He has good hands. He's going to be a security blanket for whoever the quarterback is, whether that's Drake May, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, maybe Sam Howell. Hopefully not, but I like Sam Howell. But we have the number 2 overall pick. Let's take someone with that and start over. But Howell as a backup is fine by me, and maybe he can develop into something else, and you can trade him. So he's going to be a good security blanket for whatever quarterback is throwing the ball to him. He's got good hands. He's a good route runner. Not a great yards after catch guy. Not a good yak guy. No yak Zach is what people call him. I saw that in Ed's video. And then I also saw that JP Finley, I think he tweeted that out. So that, that's kind of the scouting report on him. We all know a lot about him. He played in the NFC East for a long time. What is that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, 8.5 years in the NFC East. So we know what type of player he is. And hey, maybe he'll, be a little extra motivated against the Eagles, play a little bit better against them. That's always good. So this is a first real Adam Peters signing, and I think it's a solid move. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and peace.